There are a lot of surprising things about the Beatles' White Album, but there's something extra about George Harrison's song Long, Long, Long. Its haunting beauty is more than simply unexpected. It lingers. Now, I'm not a music expert, I'm an artist, so I want to talk about the emotional impact of the song and the picture that it paints.
1, 2, 3.
Long, long, long is like seeing some shafts of golden sunlight ahead and hearing some subtle bird song after you've been walking through a dark and scary but beautiful forest. Now I'm talking about the White Album here. And you step into that clearing, with all that diffused sunlight, and you simply stand there and let the song wash over you, cleansing you of everything that you may have heard before and everything that you might have experienced. It's sort of otherworldly. It's fascinating. It's almost healing. The song breathes. It's a pretty straightforward song like many of the others on the White Album. George's voice whispers to you, romances you, talks about love, something lost that's finally found, deep emotions laid bare, unafraid. Ringo's drumming is like a heartbeat, pounding, echoing, punctuating the import and the depth of the feeling and emotion of the song. Chris Thomas's piano is a wonderful, jangly juxtaposition to George's crooning. And of course, Paul on the organ, a unique, lilting, droning sound that wafts and wanders through the song like a little stream covered in mist. And Paul's bass is like soft footsteps in that little clearing. And Paul perfectly harmonizing with George, so subtle, so strong, so together. The whole song is a wonderful study in contrast. It's quintessential George. It's quiet and loud, smooth and raggedy, subtle and in your face. Could be about this, but it's really about that. It's ecstasy and exhaustion, harmony and discord, unsettling and inspiring. It's George talking about something that he takes very seriously, but George isn't taking himself very seriously in the song. You can't just sit there and let the song go by. It has something to say, but it understands if you want to go ahead and dismiss it. It thinks that you just might be back. Long, Long, Long is a masterpiece hiding in plain sight. And then it gets very Beatley and White Album-esque at the end of the song, where George decides to recreate the sound that a wine bottle made as it vibrated on top of the Leslie speaker cabinet whenever Paul hit a certain note on the organ. Ringo adds a drum roll. Paul expands his part on the organ, and then George starts wailing like he's in some kind of an altered state, and the wine bottle just continues to vibrate louder and louder. And it's all a bit crazy. It's building to this crescendo, and then George finally plays what is probably a favorite chord of his on the guitar. It's very powerful. It's wonderfully odd and incredibly satisfying. It's sort of like a White Album version of the musical orgasm in the song A Day in the Life. George, Paul, and Ringo began working on the recording sessions for Long, 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 October 7th, 1968, finishing up over the next couple of days. And it should be noted that the White Album sessions themselves, they wrapped up October 17th, 1968. John was not involved with the song Long, Long, Long. I'm not sure if George started writing the song in India, but definitely inspired by George's newfound spirituality and his connection to God. That's probably where that fresh, ethereal quality comes from. Sort of like stepping into the light after the cacophony of a helter-skelter life. That's why I think it's just so perfect that it follows Helter Skelter on side 3 of the White Album. It's just another one of those beautiful juxtapositions of the song Long, Long, Long. In his bio, I Me Mine, George says that the you in the song Long, Long, Long refers to God. Now, he doesn't remember much about the song other than the fact that the chords were inspired by Bob Dylan's song Sad-Eyed Lady of the Lowlands. And then he goes on to say about the song, and I quote, there was a bottle of Blue Nun wine on top of the Leslie speaker during the recording, and when our Paul hit some organ note, the Leslie started vibrating and the bottle rattling. You can hear it on the record at the very end. Our Paul. There were 67 takes of the rhythm track, and on take 29, I think it's take 29, Paul says to George, I don't care how long it takes in the moment. And on other outtakes, specifically take 44, you can hear them joking around with each other. So it sounds like George, Paul, and Ringo had a pretty good time working on this song.
All right, all lads, sock it to me. One more time.
While I have mainly been talking about the emotional aspects of the song, it's beautiful not just because the Beatles were great at what they did musically, but because they were a superior creative force. They knew each other. They trusted each other. They could usually work as one. I imagine the song started out one way and then turned into the sublime work of art it is now. I imagine it was a journey, picking up bits and nuances and feels and vibes, all very technical terms I know, along the way. While there may not be very many layers to the song physically, it feels very complex and simple at the same time. It's very dynamic. It moves. It's very beguiling that way. You lean into the song and George's voice, thinking you might be missing something, when the message is right there. It's very vulnerable, very powerful. It's pure love laid bare in a song that doesn't take itself very seriously. It's very affecting. It's fascinating and rare, just like these four guys, like George. Thank you so much for being here with me today. I really and truly appreciate it. And until next time, peace and love one another. Take care.
Beatles is Beatles are Beatle. In the end, it's like, oh, sod off with the Beatles, you know.